Hello, and welcome to the Chokehold Chat. This one is a bit of a different one. These are just kind of my thoughts. Is it Thursday today? Yeah. Thursday's thoughts on the business. Okay, so I haven't talked to you guys about the Paramount deal, the $7.7 billion, but I was just listening to a podcast with Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo, that Pound for Pound podcast they had on Aljamain, and it was pretty good. And I was thinking that I really like Henry Cejudo. I didn't used to like him. I thought he was cringe. And when he fought Aljo for the title, I was like, why is he fighting Aljo? Like, there's other contenders, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And even when he fought Dominic Cruz and took the title from him, I liked Dominic Cruz a lot, and I was pissed, and I was like, early stoppage, whatever. But I really like him, and I was thinking, why do I like him more now? And I think I like him more now because he is not cringy. He's not doing it on purpose. And then I was thinking, why was he doing it in the first place? And he was doing it in the first place to save the 125-pound division in the UFC and to make some money, to get some leverage, to make money, to get attention, to get eyeballs. And it just sucks that the UFC pays their fighters so crappily that these guys have to adopt personas and be cringy or be, Colby Covington and say things that are absolutely horrible to say to somebody. And it just sucks because I think I would have enjoyed Henry Cejudo's reign and I would have enjoyed his fights more if they just let him be a regular guy. Like, there are so many boxing champions that a lot of the general public has never heard of. And there's a bunch of these guys too that don't really have big personalities and they don't have to play it up, and they make life-changing money. They can support their families. They can live the rest of their days in basically wealth or comfortably. I mean, Henry Cejudo now, I'm having to watch him lose to Song Yadong and other guys, and I like him, and it just sucks that he's a legend, a 2-division champion, Olympic champion, and now this is what we're doing. And there's a ton of guys like that. I mean, even Aljamain Sterling, even Kamaru Usman, like, they don't live in mansions, and they should, especially when the UFC is cutting a deal for $7.7 billion. It's horrific. Like, I mean, and now we're seeing the legends of the sport kind of, get in trouble, pass away. Now we're starting to see the effects of this because the sport was so young, and now it's not. Now we do have veterans that are retired and that we're seeing the damage done to them. I mean, I remember watching The Ultimate Fighter, I forget which season it was, when it was like a redemption season and Joe Daddy Stevenson was on it. And I remember thinking, like, why is Joe Daddy Stevenson on The Ultimate Fighter to get like this BS contract when he was in a title fight with BJ-Penn? He was in a title fight. And now he's just like a guy, like a regular guy. Like, Joe Daddy Stevenson entertained me as a child, watching these fights, and he deserves better than this. He deserves better. It really sucks because, I don't think that I would get flustered or excited meeting any celebrity, meeting like a Brad Pitt or a Tom Cruise or whoever. Like, honestly, cool, but I probably would just be cool just seeing them in the restaurant or wherever and just be like, oh, that's Brad Pitt. That's cool. I saw him, But like, if I was to see Chuck Liddell or Joe Daddy Stevenson or like anybody from that era, Benson Henderson, any fighter who was even remotely good and entertaining, I mean, I was at a BKFC event and I saw Diego Sanchez and Diego, oh my God, you know, it's the nightmare. I mean, like, these guys are, you know, personal heroes, personal celebrities to me, to the MMA fan, and it sucks what the company is doing to them, that they don't get any of this cash. I mean, I'm gonna react to it and I'll talk about it, but this DAZN pay-per-view card that's coming up this weekend, right? There's no UFC this weekend, but Darren Till is fighting Luke Rockhold. Another perfect example, right? Why is Luke Rockhold still fighting? Maybe he still wants to fight, but I bet a big factor of it is money. And he was a UFC champion. He shouldn't have to worry about money ever again. He shouldn't have to worry about it. He should have made millions and millions of dollars to fight for that title. And the same thing with Darren Till. Darren Till was a title challenger, just like Joe Daddy Stevenson. Why is he? I mean, he should be rolling in cash, man. And then don't even get me started on the co-main event, right? Tony Ferguson, El Kukui. I mean, yeah, I loved Tony. I thought he was the greatest, man. I was totally on the camp where I was like, oh, he's gonna beat Khabib. He's this, he's that, and yeah, look at him fighting a YouTuber, an influencer, Salt Poppy, a guy who sprinkles salt on stuff and then makes a face. It's just like, man, it really sucks, because Tony's a legend. He deserves more than that. But yeah, I will be reacting to it. I'm sorry for just ranting, but yeah, it just, I literally was just thinking about it, and I really think that all of these guys should be treated like the boxers. I think if you're a veteran of the UFC, you got 10 plus fights, and you've been in the rankings, that you should be treated better. You should have more money. You should just have more money. A piece of the pie needs to be divvied better. And you know, these guys can't even have sponsorships on their shorts anymore. They can't even make money like that. So I feel like we got to take care of these guys, and they need to be able to live the rest of their lives comfortably. And also, they don't have to adopt a persona when, I mean, Cejudo, like, just getting back to the first point, he's a cool guy. He should have just been a cool guy the whole time. And I could have enjoyed his title run more, and I would have been like, oh man, like, this is awesome. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, though. That's the end of the video. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate every single view. Honestly, like, I appreciate it so much. You guys are awesome. And as long as people are watching, I want to keep making stuff. So, goodbye. Until next time.